Battle not with monsters, lest you become a monster.
In Batman Beyond, I played an older Bruce Wayne. He still had hope for the world.
I can barely walk, let alone wear that again.
This Bruce Wayne, he's become so broken and so embittered by life that he sees no hope for the world.
The Bruce I knew wore a different kind of suit.
Lifetime of injuries.
The point of this exoskeleton is to support his body because he's been so beaten and broken that he would not be able to stand up without it. And then they turn it on, and I go, no, I never thought I'd get a chance to do it on camera because I was getting older and older and older. I was sort of aging out of Batman, you know. But luckily, I aged into old Bruce Wayne.
See for yourself. I can barely walk, let alone wear that again.
Do you understand how many people, how many worlds are going to die?
Well, if they're anything like this world, maybe that's for the best.
How can you even say that?
There was no hope for this world.
It's because you killed Superman.
This guy's not a paragon of anything. I was right. We can't trust the Monitor.
What did you do?
Clearly what you couldn't.
How is he a threat?
Strange visitor from another planet comes to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. Clark. Clark always said yes to anyone with a badge or a flag. He gave them too much power. My parents taught me a very different lesson. Life only makes sense if you force it to. Kate.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. So they dropped a new Crisis on Infinite Earths Batman video for Kevin Conroy's Batman. I was so happy that he did the crossover. There was a bunch of Easter eggs during his scene. There was even a big Batman v Superman scene of all things. Obviously, a lot of the Easter eggs were for Batman Beyond and the Batman stuff that he's done, like Batman the Animated Series. So we'll break it all down. We'll do a new round of that Flash Ring giveaway too that we're doing for Crisis on Infinite Earths. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave your best theory for how it's going to end. I love how he says that he got too old to play regular Batman, but now he's aged into older Batman because we all want to see a live-action Batman Beyond TV series, and he would be amazing if Michael Keaton is never going to do a Batman Beyond movie. They reached out to a lot of different versions of Superman and Batman to try and get them to come back. Obviously, Michael Keaton said no, but they did try to get Nicolas Cage to come back as Superman from the Superman movie that he almost did with Tim Burton so many years ago. That was the crazy Superman Lives movie. There are all these costume tests that are floating around, so you can actually see Nicolas Cage wearing the suit himself. He did finally get a chance to play Superman, but it was the animated Superman that appeared during the Teen Titans Go movie last year. The reason why most of this Batman stuff during Crisis, though, for Kevin Conroy was Batman Beyond is because they're on Earth 99. That's the year that Batman Beyond started. Obviously, Kevin Conroy is referencing a lot of that during his little trailer here. But he has two really big, notable lines of dialogue. One of them is from a very notable Batman v Superman scene. My parents taught me a different lesson. It's this scene right here.
I bet your parents taught you that you mean something. That you're here for a reason. My parents taught me a different lesson. Dying in the gutter for no reason at all.
So they're kind of trying to imply that this older version of Batman, who's wearing the Kingdom Come Batman harness, so obviously there's a lot of Kingdom Come references, is that he's a version of Batman from a similar reality to Batman v Superman, where he really did wind up going the distance the whole way and killing his version of Superman. The other big quote that he has, though, where he says, "Battle not with monsters," is actually part of a larger quote that says, "Battle not with monsters, lest you become a monster, and if you gaze into the abyss gazes into you." That's actually a Nietzsche quote. It's not from any Batman movie. But based on some of the other things that this version of Batman says, like maybe it's better that this version of Earth gets wiped by the big crisis wave, he does kind of sound like a nihilist version of Batman. So why wouldn't he be quoting Nietzsche? And it also sort of tips his hand about his backstory before you see the trophy case. Like he's trying to say that I battled monsters and I became a monster. The camera doesn't pan around everywhere, doesn't allow you to see everything that's in this room, but all these things are Easter eggs in the background. The confirmed kills, the one you do see in the trophy case, are the Riddler's broken cane, a glass jar of snow for Mr. Freeze. Right in front of that, even though it's kind of hard to spot, is the Penguin's umbrella, Superman's glasses, obviously, the Joker's playing card, a plant in a jar for Poison Ivy, and Two-Face's coin. There's a bunch of other stuff in that trophy case too, but the camera doesn't allow you to see what it is. When you're inside the Batcave, though, there's some Easter eggs in the background you may not have spotted the first time. There's the Michael Keaton Batmobile from Batman 1989 underneath the tarp. You can see its silhouette is very identifiable. And this console here that they're standing in front of is from the 1966 Adam West Batman TV series. They're trying to say that he's the darkest timeline amalgam version of Batman, not including the Batman Who Laughs, who is from the darkest of dark timelines, because he's from the dark multiverse. Maybe someday they'll do some sort of dark multiverse big crossover story. I feel like that's one of the few places you can go after doing Crisis on Infinite Earths. Like, you go to the dark multiverse, maybe if they can somehow rope in the new Green Lantern TV show, they can work up to a Blackest Night. That would be my other biggest pick. But speaking of Batman Beyond TV shows, there were a lot of people that saw this initial scene from the very first episode of Crisis on Infinite Earths, where they go to Earth 89, which is obviously an Easter egg for Batman 1989, Michael Keaton's Batman movie. You see him in a newspaper being read by the actor who played Alexander Knox, playing his character during the crossover from that original Batman movie. But the Batman signal is very different. It's not Michael Keaton's Batman signal.
Now the entire multiverse is about to come under attack. There is a malevolent force at work, one driven by a singular goal.
I hope you're watching, big guy.
There were a lot of people that thought that that's actually supposed to be for Batman Beyond, but it's not quite the right shape for Batman Beyond. The wings are just a little bit different, so I think it's just something that they had to come up with on the fly, because for whatever reason, they weren't allowed to use Michael Keaton's bat signal. No idea why they would do it that way, but if you go to a convention and you have the opportunity, maybe you could ask them. Usually it's just like a technical thing with licensing, and they have to pay a lot of money to use stuff, and they didn't give them a lot of extra money for little things like that. But if you guys didn't know, Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 4 is going to air middle of January. They'll do Part 5 because it's going to be the Arrow episode, that's Part 4, then Legends of Tomorrow, Part 5, and then that's it. They just did the first 3 episodes before the break. I just did a trailer video for Part 4, so I'll link that at the end of this, but it has Oliver as the Spectre with his new powers talking to Barry about the plan.
Where am I? You're in the Speed Force, Barry.
Oliver. The Anti-Monitor is at the dawn of time. He's extremely powerful. The 8 of us might not be enough.
Oh my God.
Oliver Queen has now become the Spectre of the Arrowverse, making him one of the most powerful cosmic characters that we've ever seen on the show. His job is literally to punish people for God. So they turn the metaphor of what his character and his mission has been for the last 8 seasons as the Green Arrow into a literal cosmic thing. There was some funny tweets that he was sending out early in the crossover too about the number of people that he kills in Part 4 and Part 5 of the crossover. He didn't say which episode, he just said later in the crossover. What'll wind up happening though is there'll be a couple more promos that they'll drop, so if there's anything really big, I will totally do a video for it, but if there's any bonus videos for the DC stuff or Crisis on Infinite Earths that you guys want me to do, just let me know in the comments. It'll be a couple weeks through the holidays before everything comes back, but there'll still be a bunch of stuff, and I'll be posting videos every day, so as long as you have alerts enabled for my channel, you'll see all that stuff when I post it. There's a bunch of Mandalorian stuff coming up. The Witcher Netflix just dropped with Henry Cavill, Superman himself. So if you're a big Henry Cavill fan, I would recommend you check that out. And I also just started posting Witcher Netflix videos. For those of you that are wondering when he's going to be Superman again and when they're going to do Man of Steel 2, he did say that his Witcher job with Netflix will not prevent him from being Superman in future Superman movies. So don't worry about that. But congratulations, Kay Danley, you're the giveaway winner from my last big DC video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your contact details. Everyone click here for the Superman Red Sun movie trailer and click here for my brand new Mandalorian Episode 7 video. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.